Hello everyone. Today we will be going over the setup and configuration of DMM's DYN5 servo drives with CODESYS. So what we're going to want to have installed on our system is CODESYS, our IDE, which we'll be using to communicate with our PLC. Then we're going to want to download our DYN5 EtherCAT XML profile. And we also want to make sure that we have our CODESYS control for Windows installed. This should already be pre-installed when you install CODESYS. So we will be downloading and installing CODESYS from the CODESYS North American store. You will scroll down and see CODESYS Development System v3. And we're going to want to download either the 32-bit version or the 64-bit version depending on your system. We also want to make sure that we have npcap downloaded and installed on our system. So this is a packet capture library for Microsoft Windows, and this will allow us to have CODESYS communicate with our PLC. So we'll go over to the npcap website, click download, and download the latest version, in this case npcap 1.88 installer for Windows. So this will ensure that CODESYS IDE will be able to communicate and capture raw data through the network of the EtherCAT port. Alright, so once we have CODESYS installed, we are going to open it up. Alright, and now we will be starting a new project. So we're going to click on New Project, and it's going to give us some templates to use here, but we are going to be choosing Standard Project. You can give it any name you want. For this case, I will just name it DMM Demo. Hit OK. So in this pop-up, we will be able to choose which device we'd want to use. So right now we are using Control for Windows v3, x64, that's our 64-bit version. And we will also be able to choose what type of PLC program we will be creating. So it gives you many different options, stuff that includes a ladder logic, sequential function chart, but in this case we'll be choosing structured text. So we're going to click that and hit OK. Alright, so the first thing we want to click is Tools, and then we'll click on Device Repository. So we want to install our XML profile that we downloaded here by clicking Install, DYN5, ECAT, and click Open. We can see here that our device has installed to the device repository successfully. So let's go ahead and close this window. Now we're going to come over to the left-hand side here and right-click on Device. We are going to Add Device. In this window, we will be adding an EtherCAT Master Soft Motion device. So let's go ahead and click Add. Then once again, we're going to click on the EtherCAT device, click Add Device, and we are going to look for our profile that we just installed. So as you can see, I have it in DMM Technology Corp underneath servo drives. So this would be for our DYN5. Then we'll click Add Device and close. One last thing we need to do is right click on our DYN5 device and click Add Soft Motion CIA 402 Access. Then we can go ahead and double click on Device again and make sure you are in Communication Settings. At this point, we want to have our controls started. So we'll go ahead into our system tray, right click and Start PLC. And make sure you double click on the device that you are using to connect to the controller. In this case, this is our desktop PC. So once you double click that and make sure it is selected as active, we'll go back into our EtherCAT Master Soft Motion device, and right where it says source address, we will click on select. And if you receive this error, the device in the project does not match the device you are trying to connect to, there's an easy fix for that. You can go ahead and right click on our main device once again and click on update device, display all versions, And our profile is using 3.5.21.50. So let's go ahead and update the device with that CODESYS version. Let's hit close. Now when you click on source address, you're able to select it. And then it's going to prompt you to create a new username and password to authorize operation on the device. So I have already created one under DMM with a password, but you can go ahead and make any user profile you'd like. So once we hit OK, we can look at our list of connected devices. We want to click on our Ethernet network adapter and click OK. Now that that's connected, you can even change things such as our cycle time. Sync offset for now, we'll just keep it at its default values. Alright, so at this point we can now click on online configuration mode, which is the wrench icon above. And once we go into our soft motion device, click on commissioning, we are able to view our status, as well as the position, velocity, acceleration, and torque values. So we can go ahead, power on our drive, and jog our motors. You can see our position value changing. You can go the opposite way as well. So we can also change our distance, velocity, acceleration, deceleration, and jerk values. Let's say give it 5 over here, 10 cycles for distance, jog it. And that is a quick overview on the initial EtherCAT setup for CODESYS to use with our DYN5 AC servo drives. Thank you for watching.